Are you thinking about buying a brand new home in Florida? Maybe you're relocating or upgrading or just love the idea of having a home where no one else has lived in before. New construction homes offer a ton of benefits like modern designs, energy efficiency, builder incentives, and more. But the buying process isn't the same as purchasing a resale home. That's why in this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about buying a new construction home in Florida, from picking the right community, understanding builder incentives, financing options, inspections, and even some common pitfalls to avoid. My name is Jomar Concepcion, and my sister and I are brother-sister duo, and together we run the Friendly Real Estate Group. We work with new construction buyers every single day, helping people just like you purchase and relocate to new homes all across Central Florida. And here's something important that you should know. It doesn't cost you anything to have us on your side. Builders pay our commissions, which means you get our expertise at no extra cost to you. So before you step into a model home or talk to a builder sales rep, watch this video and reach out, and we'll make sure that you get the best deal and avoid costly mistakes as well. Now, let's get right into it, guys. The first section that we want to cover is understanding the Florida new construction market. Florida's new construction market is holding well amidst a record number of resale homes on the market. Whether you're looking at Orlando or Tampa or Lakeland or anywhere in between, there's still a massive demand for new homes. So why do people love new construction? Here's a few key reasons why. The first one is no bidding wars. Even though we don't really have them right now, but unlike resale homes, you're not competing with other buyers. You get to go in there, pick out the house that you like, pick the lot that you like, and you don't really have to compete with anybody else for that property at the moment. Number two is modern designs and energy efficiency as well. New homes have smart home features, better insulation, and lower energy bills, as well as they're just up to code in 2025, that's at the time of recording this video, where you're gonna get the most up-to-date code enforcement, so the builders are gonna give you a house that's gonna be as safe as it should be. Number three is gonna be the builder incentives. Many builders offer closing cost assistance, rate buy downs, and free upgrades as well. So there's a lot that you can do when it comes to buying a new construction that you generally can't do whenever you're buying a resale home, because the builders, they have more flexibility, unlike your regular seller that's just selling the one property and is trying to maximize their profit on that one sale. Number four is lower maintenance. Everything is brand new, so you don't really have to worry too much about repairs anytime soon. Now, with that being said, of course things go wrong, and there could be things that maybe weren't built properly or put together correctly, or maybe your appliances have issues, but all of that stuff comes with warranty. Remember that these houses are built by humans and they do make mistakes, but the good thing to know is that you do have warranties on brand new construction homes, so that way it gives you a little bit of peace of mind at night to know that if something does go wrong, there's someone that you can call and hold responsible. Hey there, really quick, we created a new construction buying guide for you. If you text us at 321-321-4844, the words new construction, we'll send you a complete new construction guide to help you and your family be able to make the best and most informed decision possible. Now, let's get back to the action. Now, how does this compare to buying a resale home? Resale homes can have charm, or they could be in great established communities or in a zone that's very centralized, but they often come with unexpected repairs, outdated features, and limited inventory as well. With a new home, you know exactly what you're getting. As of the time of recording this video in March of 2025, it just makes so much more financial sense to buy a new construction home than a resale home. But you tell me in the comments, would you rather have a brand new home or an older resale home? Let me know down below. Now, the second section I want to cover is the step-by-step process of buying a new construction home. Step number one is researching and choosing a community. I really think that it's incredibly important to be able to go out there first before you pick the house that you like, to make sure that you like the area, because you can have your dream home, but if you don't like the area, then it just doesn't make for a good formula. And I've seen it happen often where clients will go and buy the home that they love, but then the area isn't all that great, so then they end up selling the property and moving somewhere else. So things to look out for are going to be like your commute and lifestyle. Is the community within a reasonable drive time to work? And what about schools or shopping or entertainment? Loving your home but hating the area is a recipe for disaster. So it's better to find an area that you love than to have the home of your dreams in an area that you dislike. The second thing to look out for is future growth. Is this area up and coming? Will property values rise? Conduct your own research and also ask for opinions of residents or your realtors to see what's going on in the area and in the near future and long term as well. Future growth means that there will be more additions to the area, not only for you to enjoy, but it should also increase the property values in the area as well. The third thing to look at is the community amenities. These days, most communities offer at least one or two amenities like a pool or a dog park. Make sure you know what you're looking for in a community ahead of time so it makes your decision easier down the road. Now, step two, working with a realtor, and that's us. Give us a call. We'd love to help you out. But what is our job? What is your realtor's job? The most important aspect is to protect your interest. We make sure that you have someone on your side at all times, especially if things start to go wrong. The builders, they have their own reps, and yes, you don't technically need a realtor whenever you go there, but do remember that those reps are employed by the builder. So if things start to go sideways and negotiations need to happen, you can guess whose side they're going to be on and whose side they're going to fight more for. As well as your realtors, we negotiate better deals and make sure you're getting the most for your money. And how do we do that? We work hard to try to lower the purchase price, increase the amount of incentives you get at closing, and much more. We're also here to help you navigate the complex and sometimes overstimulating new construction market in Central Florida. There are literally hundreds of options to choose from, and we help you narrow down those options based on your search criteria. And as a little bonus, I just want to remind you again that it costs you nothing to have us on your side if you're buying a new construction home in Central Florida. If you don't have a realtor, the builder just makes more money. It is literally built into their pricing models. They're not going to give you a discount because you don't have a realtor. They're going to keep that money in their pockets because you don't have a realtor on your side. Step 3, understanding pricing and builder incentives. Often the price that you see advertised is just the base price. It doesn't include lot premiums, upgrades, or other costs. The exception to this though is when you're looking at what are called quick move-in homes or inventory homes. These are homes that are almost complete or are already complete. Usually whenever you see those homes and you see the price, it usually is the final price. But if you're looking to build your house from the ground up, they're going to have a few different pricing structures, and one of them is going to be the base price, which is basically the price for the base home without the upgrades or anything like that. Then you're going to have to purchase a lot as well. So those typically range anywhere between $600,000 to $300,000. And then after that, you're going to have to purchase your upgrades as well. And it's a little bit different with every builder. And a little side note for you to note is that whenever you're financing, you can only finance up to a certain amount of the upgrades that you do to the interior of the home. So do keep that in mind. Now here's a little pop quiz for you. So when is the price that is advertised the final price? The answer is never. It is always negotiable. Have us by your side. Let us try to get you the best deal, guys. On top of negotiable prices, builders often offer incentives like these: closing cost assistance, interest rate buy downs, free or discounted design upgrades, and more. Now, moving on to step 4, financing a new construction home. Most builders have preferred lenders that they work with, and using them can get you perks like closing cost credits and lower interest rates. You can always compare their lender with your own. You don't have to use their lender to see which one is going to end up benefiting you the most. Usually though, if you use your own lender, they will take away the incentives because typically they own the brokerage company or they're partnered with that lender, so they're able to give you discounts because they are making money in other ways. So there's a few different types of loans to consider, and I'm just going to quickly cover these. One of them is conventional, usually a 5% down loan. One of the good things about the conventional loans is that after 20% equity in the home, so once you have 20% equity in the home, or if you put 20% down, that private mortgage insurance goes away. If you don't know what that is, I'll make another video on that. The most common loan that most people use, especially for first-time home buyers, is an FHA loan, and that is a 3.5% down loan. But do keep in mind that with this loan, the PMI never goes away. There's also VA loans, and these are loans for our military veterans. Thank you for your service. And these loans come with benefits like 0% down, and they don't have PMI. And then the fourth most common used loan is a jumbo loan, which is a conventional loan. At least in Florida, any loan that is for more than $806,000 as of 2025 is going to be considered a jumbo conventional loan. As I mentioned earlier, most people are going to use an FHA or a conventional loan, but we can always help you out to figure out which is going to be the best option for you. Moving on to step 5, the construction process and inspections. So you're under contract, you found the home that you really like, we negotiated the price down for you, we negotiated the incentives up for you, and now it's time to go under contract on this home. What you're going to be doing after this is going to be the following. If you're building from the ground up, you'll need to select at the time of signing what your structural changes will be, such as adding a room or a back patio, anything that physically changes the structure of the home. It's no longer the same as like the base model that they offer. Your structural design choice of the home is finalized once the builder files for the permit, so be sure that you're happy with your decision. Changes may be possible after the permit has been filed, but not guaranteed, and they can can also delay your build time. So after that, you'll schedule a visit to their design studio to select all of your upgrades like flooring or cabinets, etc. All of the things that are just going to be touches done inside of the home. And once these steps are complete, the builder will begin the permitting process and the building process as well. If you're buying an inventory home or a quick move-in home, the ones that I mentioned before that are either almost complete or they are complete, the homes that are already being built, the permits and all of that has been done, everything has been picked out for it. And quick note, this can happen for one of two reasons. Either the builder decided to start building this house so they can go ahead and sell it closer to it being done, or somebody that was purchasing the home for one reason or another wasn't able to finish out buying the property, and now the property is on the market for you to purchase. If you're buying a quick move-in or a inventory home, then you don't have to do any of those things that I mentioned before as far as picking out the structural design or the interior design options as well. So a few key events that you won't want to miss once you're under contract. One of them is going to be regular site visits to monitor progress, and we can do this for you if you're relocating from out of state. The other one is going to be doing a home inspection on the property. Pre-drywall inspection is optional but recommended, and this means doing an inspection before the drywall goes up. So the house has all of the frame and all of those things up, the electrical is up, the plumbing is up as well. So having an inspection done at that time can be critical just to ensure that all of the things that are going to be hitting and tucked in behind walls are a-okay. The next one is going to be an inspection before closing. Now, you can do just a walkthrough inspection, which we're going to talk about next, or you can also do a full-blown inspection where you have a independent inspector that you hire come in and make sure that the home is exactly as it should be. Now, this one isn't mandatory, but it is recommended. The builder is also going to have their own inspection, but again, remember that this is an inspector that the builder hired and it's not your own individual inspector. So if you don't do it at this time, one thing that I do recommend is having that inspection done about 9 or 10 months after you close on the home. So if there are any issues that were the builder's fault, you can have those issues corrected before that 1 year bumper to bumper warranty expires. So moving on to the next step, which is number 6, and this is going to be the final walkthrough. Now you're going to want to attend the final walkthrough and create a list of any remaining touch-ups or repairs. It's called a blue tape walkthrough, where you walk through the house with the supervisor, the construction supervisor, and you're going to put blue tape on all of the things that need to be repaired prior to closing. They have to fix those things. If there's blue tape on it, they have to fix it before you close. Now that we've done the walkthroughs, we're going to get ready for closing and preparing for final documentation of the closing on the property. You want to confirm the closing date with the builder and the lender. And before that, you want to confirm with the lender that you have your closing disclosure at least 3 days before closing, which gives you 72 hours as required by law to make sure that the loan that you are receiving is exactly what you expected, to make sure that you understand everything about it, the interest rate, the down payment, how your escrow is going to work, HOA fees, taxes, insurance, all of those things that are wrapped into the mortgage. You want to make sure that you have a full understanding of how those things are going to work. You want to verify that the builder has obtained a certificate of occupancy. Now this one, it's just an additional little step here, nothing too important that I wanted to add because the builder can't close on the home without the certificate of occupancy either, but just want to make sure that you guys are aware of all the things that need to happen. And then you want to provide proof of insurance to your lender and the builder before closing. It's a requirement if you're financing, and typically the builders nowadays, they have their own insurance companies that offer you great rates, to be honest with you guys, but you can always choose your own insurance to go with as well. And then the week of closing, you want to make sure that you set up your utilities such as water, electricity, internet to begin on the closing date. Most builders give you a 3-day grace period, but that's not something that I would be willing to take a gamble on. If the power gets cut off, after the first day and now I don't have power for a couple days, not something that I want to deal with. It's incredibly important though to make sure that the utilities get turned on, but at least deal with this 1 to 2 weeks before the closing, because usually if the community is brand new, things like the internet, the home has never had internet before, so it usually takes a little bit longer for them to get those things installed. So make sure 7 to 14 days before closing, you call all the utility companies to make sure that you have all of those things ready to go, so that way you can move in without a hitch. And then lastly, bring all necessary documents to the closing table. You're going to need your ID, your certificate certified funds, your loan documents and things like that. Most of those things title is gonna have, but just make sure that that day you come with the required documents and the builder will let you know what those are. Another very important thing before you close, verify that the builder has provided warranties, manuals, and HOA documents to you. Now, here's a few mistakes you wanna avoid. Mistake number one, not budgeting for upgrades. These add up fast. If you're building a home and you're pre-approved for, let's say, $500,000, don't shop for homes that have a base price near $500,000. You wanna budget for upgrades and the cost of the lot as well. Mistake number two, skipping inspections. Even brand new homes can have issues. It is not mandatory to have your own inspector check the home prior to closing, but having one can save you headaches down the road. Remember that these homes are being built by humans and humans make mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, mistake number three, assuming builder timelines are exact. Delays happen, so have a backup plan. Examples of delays include weather, supply chain issues, and one that we've personally dealt with a few times is utility setup delays in the community. These new construction companies are popping up everywhere, so a lot of these utility companies are having a hard time keeping up with the infrastructure that needs to happen. So do plan for delays. I recommend to try and close early on your home rather than just on time or later on the home, because especially as we get into the rainy season, delays can and will happen. It's better to have your home close early. I don't know if you know this, but you will skip a month of payment whenever you close on the home. So if you close in April, you'll skip May and start your payments in June. So to give yourself that peace of mind of not having to rushing to the finish line with your lease or your previous home or whatever it may be, give yourself time. I've done this enough with enough buyers that are relocating or moving around here. When it comes to building your home, hear me out. Give yourself time for that closing to happen. More than likely, it will be delayed, especially if you're building it from the ground up. Mistake number four is not understanding the HOA, and very important here, the CDD fees. Some communities have high fees that increase your monthly costs. Make sure you understand how much they are and how that's gonna affect your monthly payments. I know I've mentioned it twice in this video, is CDD fees. CDDs are a community development district. It's basically an infrastructure tax that is paid back to the county who loaned the developers money to be able to develop these massive pieces of land, right? This is an additional tax, and a lot of people, unfortunately, because they go into these sales offices and they just talk to the sales rep who very lightly explains what a CDD is because he wants to get a sale. A lot of people are surprised at the end of the year when their tax bill comes in and it's $2,000 more than they expected, because they didn't understand that a CDD is literally an additional tax that will show up every year on your property taxes for at least 25 years. All right, with all that being said, now you know exactly how the new construction home buying process works. And remember, having an expert on your side like us doesn't cost you a dime. We try to make this video short but comprehensive, so if we missed anything you'd like to know about, give us a call. Don't forget to text us new construction at 321-321-4844 for a free new construction guide that we've created to help you and your family have a smooth purchase. My name is Jomar and Concepcion. My sister and I are a brother-sister duo that works here in Central Florida all the time with new construction buyers, and we would love to help you and your family be able to move around or relocate to here in Central Florida. Our lines are open to you. If you have any questions, we'd love to help, so make sure, don't be shy, reach out to us. We want to make sure that you have a smooth transition into your brand new home. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you're having a blessed day. Can't wait to hear from you. We'll see you in the next video.